Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Phantom.Strategies. So in this video I want to make a quick video regarding the news that we had a few hours ago regarding potential hack in the Binance exchange. Alright, so we saw this quick sell-off, in a panic sell-off if you will, in Bitcoin few hours ago. Here in US it was around 2-3 p.m. Eastern time, and it was a quick sell-off, and a lot of the volume started picking up, and it happened right at there is a news that came out from potential hack in Binance, and at the same time the S&P 500 was retracing as well. So a couple of things came together and it created this panic sell. And the thing about this panic sell is it's not really, it's really, when you look more deeper inside this, the volume that started picking up, this is a very heavy volume that picked up in a very small period of time, and it really get triggered based on algorithm trading, computer tradings. Typical human like behavior will not kick in selling this many Bitcoin into such a small window of time. This is very much driven by computer trading. Okay, and if you see any big fall, if you see even in S&P 500, this major fall that happened in early February, that was also driven by computer trading. Any of this big fall that you see, this is not human or like any person sitting behind computer and triggering those sell order. This kind of drops happen based on algorithm tradings, computer tradings, because it once like it hitting those support points, and if the price action does not hold those support points, what it triggers is, hey, sell the X amount, sell this many amount if this support does not hold up. So those are the if and when scenarios that computers are trading on. Okay, so there is a lot of and even in BTC, in the crypto, there is more and more algorithm and more computer trading that is going on, especially on the downside. If you see those down candle coming up heavily, those are really based on, and it's such a small, it's not like a a small sell here, small sell there. It's like a small flash sell, like a big sells, but in a flash, in a very like a small period of time. It's only it's based on computers. The support level, if it doesn't hold up, then computer will it will signal that, hey, the price action is going lower, get out of your position. So that's what it is. Okay, that being said, right now we are trying to get over this trend line, but it's not looking so far right. It's around 11 p.m. here in Eastern time in US, and it's not looking as good right now. So let's look at the I will cover the Binance news in a little bit, but I just want to give you the quick action on Bitcoin, what's going on. So we are retesting. Let's see if we're coming back to the retesting that 9,400 levels that we previously tested. So we really need to, the bulls really need to come back and strong and get out of this like this 9,000 levels, if they have any momentum to go on the upside for the month of March. Because on the monthly, what we created, how we ended the month of end of February, and now we are selling off into early March, which so far is not looking good for the monthly picture. So we need to go back quickly in order to regain the momentum on the upside. Okay, so trade on the probabilities. We're coming to the support levels. Hopefully, we need to get those reversals, but I will not trust any of this bounce in Bitcoin. Even if it comes to the support level, it might bounce. It might come to the 9,300 level, and it might bounce to maybe 9,800 levels. It could, yeah, because it's a strong support level. But I will not trust that bounce until we clear that 11,700 levels. That's the level we need to really get out of. All right, that's a very crucial level we have to get out of. Okay, so support 9,300 is a good support. 9,400, that's a good support. 9,000 will be the next support level, and then it will be around 8,600, and that will be the following support. Okay, so let's talk about Binance. So there was some weird news came out that there's a potential hack in Binance regarding their, like, you know, in their exchange, which was really, I mean, it's such a like weird thing. It's like potential hack. I mean, it just creates such a bad panic in the market. And even if the one exchange got hacked, exchanges do get hacked time and time again, but they're really improving their infrastructure to make sure they're putting those in a proper prevention measures. So they're putting a lot of the coins in the cold storage. It's not like exchanges, those bigger exchanges, they don't keep all their coins on the exchange on the hot wallet. They keep it in the cold wallet. So it's not like they have all the coins sitting online. They keep the majority of their coins in the cold wallet. So people have to really, you know, understand those things. And this big exchanges have a lot of investments, a lot of, like, you know, back end things that are going on to prevent this kind of like phishing attempts. It will happen. This is not the only market this happens in. It happens in the bigger exchanges as well. But it happens to bank. It happens to a Bank of America. It happened to the Target. It happened to like big like well-established companies. So don't think this is like an isolated event that oh my God, I never heard of this. How could this be possible? How could this happen? And this is like this is not acceptable. It happens all the time. Okay, it's nothing new. But what really matters is how the company deals with it, right? So Binance, if you come to their Twitter page, they have been very active about communicating what's going on with their like recent attempt, the phishing attempt that happened this afternoon. So they have been communicating with the user, and they have included this article of summary of the phishing attempt that happened. And if you can come here and read about it, I will post this link in the article as well in this video content in the comment, and you can read about it. But basically they explain what happened, like with the time, within 2-minute period, VIA and BTC market experienced abnormal trading activity. Our automatic risk management system was triggered, and all the withdrawals were halted immediately. So they do have a system in place when this kind of abnormal activity happens. So see, I mean, this is the thing, is these exchanges are so heavily invested into like newer technology because their livelihood really depends on it. Okay, so this is trust me, they are more concerned about their security than you or I am about our accounts, because it's bigger. It's much bigger than we can imagine. Okay, and hacking, phishing attempts, it happens not just in crypto. Okay, like, people think this is just sometimes people really don't get those things. As it happens to bigger institutions like bigger banks. Bank of America, like one of the biggest bank, it happened to them. Target, I mean, the credit card company, Visa, I mean, the list can go on and on and on. So this is not like a story that I would be like really be worried or too much concentrating on. But I just wanted to bring it up because a lot of people are like, oh my God, Binance got hacked, so and so forth. They keep most of the coins in the cold exchange, I mean in the cold storage. So it's people tend to like overreact. In the crypto world, what I have realized, like, people tend to overreact too much. Overreact on the upside, overreact on the downside. Really need to have some level-headed people in cryptocurrency world. that's the unfortunate thing, but that is true. It's people do react very abnormally on the upside and even on the downside. So need to find that level, need to level head yourself, get your emotions out of the game, and you will do much better. Okay. Same thing, like, there is, so yeah, so like, was this hacked? I know this wasn't hacked. This was a phishing attempt, which happens all the time. Phishing attempts happen on your emails, on the Google, in the Gmail. Like, it happens all the time. It happens to like work email. It happens to your, like, there's plenty of like phishing attempts. So, but that being said, what we care about as an investor and a trader, how it reflects on the price action, right? So, I mean, just because those news weren't, to me at least, it didn't look like very irrelevant, but it did sell off. It triggered a lot of the stop losses. This all things, this drop that we saw here, see that big candlestick, the 10% drop, that is triggered due to the stop losses getting hit. A lot of the stop losses were sitting right at the 20-day moving average. I can see that. A lot of the stop losses were sitting over there. And that really got triggered. And then all algorithms are like, pushing it even further low. So the question is, can we really sustain this 9300, 9400 levels and get the reversal here? That's the big question, and we need to trade based on that. Until we clear this, but again, for the longer picture, until we clear that 11,700, I will remain skeptical for any of the bounces that occur until here and there. So until between 9,600 right now and clearing that 11,700, if we occur any bounces, if we have any reversal, I would be skeptical. I would start putting my stop loss. If you haven't already, or if you have started a new position into this dips, I would start putting my stop losses. I will start bringing them up at the break-even point, and if the trades are starting to move in your position, then bring it up. Start moving them up into your trade, into your direction. Okay, you might get triggered out of those stop losses. That's a very realistic scenario that you might get triggered out of them. But see, that's the biggest problem that a lot of investors are afraid of. Getting triggered out of their like stop losses, getting out of their trade, and it's okay. All right, it's okay to getting out of your trade based on your stop losses. If you have break even, or if you have 3-4% stops, it's okay. Because the money that you're saving, that's equivalent to the money you're earning or not losing. All right, so keep those things in mind. If you have saved 3%, if you lost 3%, but think about it, that trade could have gone down to 10%, right? It's a very possible scenario, and to come up from that 10%, you will have to make that 20% to come to that break-even point. So be very realistic. Another thing you can do is, if you're very bullish, and go with a smaller position, go with like a 20% of, instead of going with the like 1,000. Let's say if you have to invest $1,000 in a coin, just go with $200 right now. Then add another $200, maybe at like if it goes 20% low, then add another $200 or $300 at that time. So that you have enough juice, you have enough gunpowder when you need it. Okay, so those are the things that you really have to keep in mind, and really adjust your trading based on that. Right now, we are not in a trending market. We are in like, very choppy market, up and down and up and down and up and down. So what we got to do? We have to adapt to that market. We cannot just blindly just go long in this kind of market, otherwise you will get burned. So what we do is we adapt to the market conditions. Okay, that's how we have to survive. If you want to survive in this kind of market and thrive, you have to adapt to the market conditions. Okay, this is not your 2017 market. I have said it plenty of times. This is not your 2017 market. This market in 2018 will not be easy to invest and trade. Okay, so you have to be adaptive to this market. There's still plenty of money that you can make in this market. If you are willing to adapt, and it doesn't come overnight. You have to do it. You have to do it in a smaller scale, and it will. The more you do it, the more comfortable you will get. It's like anything in life. The more you do it, the more repetition you do, you will get comfortable with those things. Like driving car, anything in life. The more you do it, practice make it perfect. I'm sure you have heard that line. So this is just like that, all right? So implement those risk management techniques. You want to make sure, only thing that you can control, as I said, is your own trade. You want to consolidate the market data. You want to read everything. You want to absorb everything, but you want to, at the end of the day, you want to make sure you are doing your risk management properly. Okay. All right. So that's all, guys. I just wanted to have this share this video, especially regarding this all the Binance hack and whatever the FUD that was in the media. So hopefully we can shake this off pretty soon and go on our way. Okay. So let me know what do you think? What's your outlook on the market? Do you think if we are gonna see a reversal soon? Do you think we're gonna come to the lower levels? Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from the Phantom community. I really read those comments. I really value the input you guys are providing. Some of those inputs are really good, and I really appreciate those inputs. All right. So talk to you soon. Bye.